In this tutorial, we'll be showing you how to program exclusive native Accordions HTML details lists without JavaScript. Something that used to require JavaScript is now built right into HTML. Alright, first we'll show the finished product of what you'll be learning to program. So when each details element is clicked, we can see the details open up. And then when another one in the group is clicked, the previous one closes and the new one opens, which used to require JavaScript. So sometime in the year 2024, the name attribute was added to give them a grouping to make exclusive accordions like this, native without JavaScript. But I believe as of 2025, it's now in the HTML living standard as a standardized mechanism. And we'll also be showing you how to design them like this so they don't look so ugly, and you'll see how ugly they look without these designs in just a minute. So question 1 is, what is a native accordion? It's a standard HTML details element that, when combined with the name attribute, gains mutually exclusive behavior. Question 2, does this need JavaScript? Nope. The browser handles all the open and close logic and the grouping, making it extremely performant and accessible by default, without the need for JavaScript. Question 3, why use it? It greatly simplifies frequently asked question pages, menus, or any list of content where you only want one section visible at a time. Alright, I'm going to show you what it looks like when you don't style it up right and you don't have the native accordion exclusive details. Let's refresh. Look how ugly that is. So when I click one, then I click the next one, they all just stay open. And the previous ones don't close when a new one is clicked. You have to actually click them to close them again, which can become confusing and irritating for your users. And this doesn't look very good at all. So first I'll be showing you how to name group them, so that way any previous ones that are open close when a new one is clicked. And then I'll be showing you how to style them up to make them pretty. And here's the HTML for the page you just saw, with the not grouped items and no prettiness. Alright, so watch how easy this is. You just go into your details element and you pop in a name group. And I just named mine details group 1. So each details element that I want in that group, I'm going to give that same name attribute and value. So all three have it now. Let's save, refresh. So now when one opens, previous ones should close. So you see? We have that working now. Now let's pretty them up. So we're going to go up here in the top to the style element. And right under the H1 rule, I'm going to put some space. And then I'm going to add all the styling and explain it to you real quick. So the first bit of styling, we're going to target the details element that has any that have a name attribute of details group 1. So any details elements that have a name attribute of details group 1, they're going to get these properties. I wanted them to be a width of 500 pixels and give them a margin so there's a little bit of space in between each one. Then here we're targeting any details element with the name details group 1 that happen to be open. So the summary element of any open details elements, it's going to have a border radius of 7 pixels, 7 pixels, 0, and 0 pixels. So what that does, it makes the two top corners rounded. The top left and the top right are going to be 7 pixels rounded, but flat on the bottom edges. It's going to be a sharp 90-degree corner. And let me show you what that does. So right here when they open, you can see they all start rounded on every corner. All 4 corners are rounded 7 pixels. But when I open one, I make the bottom edge of this summary element a sharp corner. That way it can meet up with this div here that holds the information that was hidden. And this div also has a top left and top right sharp corner, then its bottoms are rounded so it all looks nice. So that's why only when the summary is open, when the details is open, the summary gets a sharp 0 pixel 0 pixel bottom left and bottom right corner. Now the next style rule is details name group all of the summary elements. And here's that border radius. So each summary element has a border radius of 7 pixels, and that's why they all look rounded by default on all 4 corners. So each summary element has a light gray background, a little bit darker than the light gray border of 1 pixel, padding of 15 pixels, that way they have some space by the box. The box has some padding. Then I already explained the border radius, which the border radius changes on the bottom corners when the summary is open. And we give it cursor pointer, that way as the mouse cursor goes over it, it gets the little hand and finger clicker. And then we just give them a box shadow, that way there's a little shadow effect on each of the summary elements. And the next style rule is the details elements in the details group 1. When the summary is hovered over, we're just going to make the background for the summary a little bit darker. You can see when I hover over, they each get a little bit darker. And then the final style rule is the details group 1 elements, the div element. So that would be all of these right under the summary within the details element. This is the entire details element. You have a summary and a div in each one. We're styling that div to make it have a background color that we want, a border that we want, also give it padding, and its border radius is going to be opposite that of when the summary element is opened. So when the summary element is open, it has 7 pixels, 7 pixels, 0 pixels, 0 pixels. So this one gets 0 pixels, 0 pixels, 7 pixels, 7 pixels. That way when they open up and are shown, it all makes a nice rounded effect here around the whole box. But right here where these two meet, the div and the summary meet, it's nice sharp corners that meet up. And then we give that a box shadow as well. That way the whole thing is shadowed when they open. Not just the summary element, but the div element is also shadowed. And that's it for the code. It's pretty easy. I hope you guys enjoyed that one, and we'll see you in the next video.